Real estate. People's participation in the political process is a must for Jammu and Kashmir to see stability with growth. So, if the government of Jammu and Kashmir wants to see itself as a stable and developed area, then it should consider involving the participation of people when they are making any new laws. The changes in land laws in Jammu and Kashmir notified by the center on October 26th allow the purchase of the land by those who are not permanent residents of the union territory. So, if someone want to buy a land in the area of Jammu and Kashmir, before this law was passed, only the people who are residents in the area of Jammu and Kashmir, only they can buy it. Only they can buy the land which is present in that area. But now, after this new law, even the people who have come from the area outside the area of Jammu and Kashmir, even they can buy the land in Jammu and Kashmir. So it basically means that even the non-residential people of Jammu and Kashmir can buy the land in Jammu and Kashmir. Only permanent residents could purchase the land in erstwhile state, which was recognized as two UTs, Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh, in August 2019. So in August 2019, until August 2019, only the people who are the permanent residents of Jammu and Kashmir, only they can buy the land in Jammu and Kashmir. One of the arguments against the now nullified special status of Jammu and Kashmir was that the restrictions on land transfers hampered investments. So one of the very big arguments which happened in Jammu and Kashmir were actually about the special status and transfer of lands. But now, as the special status is gone now, actually for Jammu and Kashmir, so the arguments on the arguments were the arguments based on Jammu and Kashmir were mostly based upon the transfer of lands from the transfer of lands. Jammu and Kashmir industrial policy had limited land holding of investors to designated enclaves. The changes in land laws were logical steps to follow the end of the special status. So the government introduced these laws. They introduced these laws very logically and deliberately, because as they do not have special status for Jammu and Kashmir anymore. So as they don't have that, they decided to make something happen, and for that for that they have created these laws so that they could replace the special status and do the same work. Some restrictions remain on the transfer of agricultural land for non-agriculture purposes, but this too can be cleared by the district collector. So what we are reading is that the law which came, it actually took up all the restrictions. It actually took up most of the restrictions or limits on land transfers. But there is still some restrictions like if there is an agricultural land, if someone wants to buy it, they must use it for agriculture purpose only. So even these types of restrictions can be cleared when they issue this to the district collector. The government has said that the changes will encourage the investment and advance peace and progress in Jammu and Kashmir. So the central government said that the main reason for doing this is that to make Jammu and Kashmir more peaceful and more developed. The argument that these changes would help the people of the region might have been stronger if these were done in consultation with them. No, actually many people are arguing about these new laws. And even the people of Jammu and Kashmir are also arguing, because they don't want someone out of Jammu and Kashmir to buy a land in there. So this problem would not come if the government involved the people while they were making the new laws. The irony is that in all three regions, Jammu, Kashmir and Ladakh, there is strong opposition to the opening the land market to non-residents. Political parties in Jammu and Kashmir too have opposed the changes. So as I said, many people in Jammu and Kashmir, including its local political parties, are strongly opposing these new laws. So this problem would not even come when if the government considered involving the participation of people while they were making the new laws. Free movement of people and an integrated national market can advance development, but India's governance structure accommodates fears and concerns of local populations in this context is a measured manner. Uh, so if these new laws come, if these new laws come into play, Jammu and Kashmir will be a very developed area, and the national market will be more integrated than ever. But there is one problem. It is that if these new laws come into play, there will be some political fears among the people. There are several states which have provisions to regulate ownership and transfer of land under Article 371 of the Constitution. So there are several states. There are many states which have which there are many states which have the provisions or which have the laws to control the transfer of lands and ownerships. Not all states. Only some states have this. Only some states have this power and law. And those laws come under the Article 370 in our Indian Constitution. The Centre is expected to announce the new land laws for the Union Territory of Ladakh before October 30, and it has promised to safeguard interests of the people regarding all issues which are related to language, demography, ethnicity, land, and jobs. So, if these laws are still present in few states, this won't be possible in every state. So, what government has decided to do is that it has decided to come up with new laws so that the old laws can be taken out and these can be followed. While the government said so, it also promised the people that the government won't do anything which is unfavorable to people. It will only do the things, and it will pay attention to the people's likings. Like it won't change much of the things in demography, language, land, and jobs. The centre's approach towards Jammu and Kashmir has been marked by a lack of trust, which has accentuated the alienation of large sections of the population. So, in Jammu and Kashmir, most of the population it does not believe in the government's new move or new law. Fears of deliberate demographic engineering have dominated politics in the valley for long. After the reorganization of the state and loss of its special status in 2019, the people of Jammu and Ladakh also turned nervous on this question. So, when Jammu and Kashmir has lost its special status, and when it became reorganized, the people of Jammu and Kashmir they became very sad. They became very sad and questionable on one issue. Desirable as it may be, there is no point forcing a particular path of development upon people. So, if there is a new law which should be introduced so that a particular area can be developed more, that new law should not be passed if the people don't want it to be passed. So then, what is the use of passing that new law if the people of that area won't be happy with it? The situation is precarious also because of the heavy land of the state on political and civil society activities in Jammu and Kashmir. So the situation of coming up with a new law is actually risky, and one thing makes it even more risky and dangerous. It is the involvement of politics in such issues. The unilateralism that has come to define New Delhi's dealings with Jammu and Kashmir is achieving little. There is no wisdom in pushing through measures aimed to promote investment when the end result is just political. When the end result is just political volatility. So the government wants to pass a new law, and the people just don't want it because they are afraid of the political issues which might happen. So in this case, when there is a threat of some political fighting or of a political fight, the government should not take the risk and it should not pass a new law. The centre's policy towards Jammu and Kashmir must be buttressed by a robust political process that enables people's participation and ensures stability with growth and development. So, if the center wants to do it correctly, what it should do is it should involve the participation of people and then consider their opinions, so that when the new law is passed, the state of Jammu and Kashmir will be grown and also will be developed, and also it will be stable, and it doesn't have and it will not have any fights, and it will not have any political fights. So the government should take place a new law in such pattern. Thank you.